Hey guys, so thanks for your patience. I don't know why Instagram is not working, but we're gonna definitely figure this out. All right. So this is our normal live event that we do on Instagram, but for some reason Instagram's not working, so I'm live on YouTube. Uh, my YouTube name is Baskal Korkis, as you guys know, and let's see how this goes. So everybody, I'm live on YouTube as well, since Instagram keeps crashing. I'd probably jump onto YouTube and follow me there because Instagram's not working out right now. But I do want to make sure that you guys are getting the most value possible. So I am here to teach. Got a whiteboard behind me in case you guys got any questions. I'll make sure to answer them. So again, everybody on IG, probably jump onto YouTube because it's going to be it's not going to drop. I have good service. Don't know why it's dropping on IG. So anyway, guys on Instagram, I'm saying guys on YouTube, feel free to shoot your messages over and I will answer those questions. All right. So what questions do you guys have? So got a question from Cashflow King. His question was, how does Airbnb work? Do I physically give the keys to the tenants? So because I knew I was going to do Airbnb, what I did is I actually put in $300 Yale Nest locks, and it connects to the Google app. So let me show you guys here. So this is it's a little, so right there's the Nest app. I click to get in. And I have multiple accounts since I have multiple addresses. And right here, all right, so I have multiple accounts. I can sign into different ones because I can have 5 buildings per account. And I will show you what it looks like. Again, everybody, you should be on YouTube to get the best view. IG, for some reason, keeps dropping it. So if you can see here, there's 4 different accounts. So when I click on one, I can see the Ring doorbell, what the view is there. The next unit, the view. The next unit, the view. And the last unit. Now, once I go into there, I can go into the locks and I have all these different, if you see all these little different users, those are all different users and all of them get their own code. So on their code, what they do is they get to basically, I get to give them an access code, and that access code is only for a certain amount of time. So I can set the time to be for 3 days. So I got someone that moved in today. They check-in time is 4 o'clock. Their checkout time is 10 o'clock. So at that time, they come in and come out. From my phone, I can unlock the door for them. So they were having issues. They didn't know how to unlock it properly. I got a DM from Airbnb. I clicked unlock. I unlocked the door for them. Then it was easy for them to move in. So at that point, they're moving in. They get to check in. Now they check out. Cool. They're checking out. But their code's now off. They're gone. Well, the cleaning people need to go in. We'll have a separate code for the cleaning crew. So then when the cleaning crew goes in, I know that they went in. So because I know that they went in, I don't know if anything's missing because I know who went in with which code. The property manager has his own code. The handyman has his own code. So whoever accesses the unit has their own code, and I know if they're in or not. Now, everybody on IG keeps on having issues, so I went on YouTube Live as well. So jump onto YouTube Live, and you'll be able to see with less issues and less pausing. That's where I'm at right now. So what's the next question, guys? What's up, Mark? So, guys, feel free to send the question on the right-hand side and submit your question. I'd love to answer it. Everyone on, all right, so Clark has a question here. It says, if you were to start all over again, would you Airbnb or rent a multifamily duplex? Plus, what are the pros and cons of both? Great question, Clark. Everyone on IG, I'm on YouTube Live since IG is having a lot of issues. Definitely go onto YouTube Live. My name is Baskal Korkis on there. We'll be able to get a lot better answers. So to answer Clark's question, I would still go for a duplex to a quadplex in a very good area where the demand is high for short-term rentals as well. Because I like to win in multiple different ways. I don't want to just win in one way. I want to try to short-term rental. I want to try to long-term rental. I want to try to do everything. So when I'm out there trying to do everything, I'm going to make sure I'm positioning myself to win. So I put it annual rentals. I put it as a 6-month rental. If things are good and the market's hot right now, I'll rent it out for weekly, monthly. I'll rent it out multiple different ways because I want to win multiple different ways. So whichever is the best at the time, I'll shift. When you're shifting like that, you can position yourself to win. So, for example, right now the short-term rental on the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, annually I'll get about like $2,200 a month. Well, on Airbnb right now, I'm getting about $6,000 for the month. So $6,000 is obviously a lot better than $2,200. So I'm going to take that money and run, right? Make sure the clients are happy. Give them everything they want, everything they need, because they're getting paid an extra $4,000 a month. That's basically all profit, guys. That's straight profit. So I got another, that's an extra, it's going to cost about $500 for furniture and electric and internet, maybe $600. But basically, I'm netting an additional $3,900 in profit. That's sick money. I don't know. But like, why did that work? Because I bought in a high demand area. I bought in an area that's the way you're going to win. Plus, the biggest thing, where's your big money? Appreciation. When you're in a high demand area, you're going to get the appreciation. That's how you're going to get your win. Everybody on IG, so because I know there's a lot of issues happening on IG, jump onto YouTube and watch on YouTube. On YouTube, you're going to get a better quality picture, and you're going to be able to stay within the whole show. So, great question, guys. With the next question we have here, I'm answering the questions on YouTube because they're able to constantly see the video without any chopping. So the next question I got here from Jay Stacks is, so the property manager is in charge of making sure the apartment is cleaned up and ready for more clients on Airbnb. Well, the property manager's technically, his job is not to clean it. The cleaning crew's responsible for that. But the property manager, if something isn't clean or something isn't fixed, he will call the cleaning crew. He will call the guy to fix it. If the client's unhappy, the property manager speaks with the client directly. So currently I'm doing multiple roles, but eventually the property manager is going to fully take over and I'm not going to be in the picture. So I'll be sitting back. Property manager is going to be renting it out, giving him his 10%. Guy fixing everything, the handyman, right? That guy's going to be fixing everything. Cleaning crew is going to be cleaning everything. So I'll literally, after it's set up, I should be able to sit back and not do much. Now, again, if I want to be able to on top of things and make sure they're rented faster, awesome, right? Because the more people in your door, the longer they're staying, the more money you make. So not always is going to be, hey, I want 6,000, 6,500 for that month. If it's slow, I'll take 2,000 for the month because 2,000 is better than nothing, right? Because these properties, basically you're going to understand soon, every day that you're spending on a property that you have it and it's not rented, it's a piece of fruit going bad. You can't sell it, right? You might as well try to sell that. If the fruit's going bad, you want to try to sell it at a discount and get something for it. Otherwise, it's going in the dumpster and you're going to get no money for it. So occupancy is key. It's very important. Trust me, when your mortgage comes due and you don't have someone paying you the rent and you got to pay it out of your pocket, you're going to learn very fast, I need to get someone in here. So there is times that that's why I preach multi-unit properties. The reason I preach multi-unit properties is because if one person is not paying, you got 3 others, you got 2 others, you got 1 other paying you money. So some money is better than no money at all. Again, for everyone on IG that's not able to come through, jump onto YouTube. It's a lot better quality. And yeah, submit your questions because I'm answering the questions off the YouTube on here. Let me see if this is still functioning. All right, I gotta turn it off and turn it back on just because YouTube's having an issue. This is kind of frustrating, but I'm here to make sure that you guys learn. So, let's go with the next question. Clark, Jay, you guys have some great questions. Great questions. Great questions show me that you guys are thinking, that you guys want to learn. Definitely watch all my videos and watch them multiple times because that's going to build up your strength and your confidence so you can make deals. And then eventually you're going to be building a good foundation of your knowledge base to be able to ask better questions. And by asking those better questions, you guys are going to be able to learn and grow, be confident enough to go do your own deals. Everyone on Instagram's acting up. I'll answer your questions with less issues. I'm answering all the questions that are being submitted through YouTube. So live on YouTube, my name is Baskal Korkis on YouTube. Next question we have here. All right. Hugo says, how many tax forms are there? What is each one used for? So on your personal tax form, there's multiple schedules. So there's a 1040, which is Schedule A, Schedule C, your Schedule E, your Schedule D. I mean, there's multiple schedules. There's like hundreds of forms. So depending on what you need is a different tax form. Depending on your strategy is a different tax form. So that's where like someone like myself is going to be able to analyze what you're doing, what you need, and give you the best answer. So that's where it's really like, honestly, you're going to have to go, basically a college degree alone doesn't even answer all the questions for you. Then you have to go practice to learn how to use it, to use all the different forms properly to save you on taxes. But there's a lot of them, obviously. Good question. Next question is from Ashton. Any advice for first-time reno and building a team? So it's kind of hard the first time you build a team. The first time you're building a team, the first time you're doing a reno, it's not easy. So you have to build the players in. And sometimes you're going to find out some of these people are not reliable. And along the way, you're going to get your bumps and bruises. The one thing I'll tell you is don't be cheap. Make sure you're putting in quality material and you're making the place look nice. So make sure that you're consistently putting out quality. And that's why normally I like buying in the better areas, at least middle class areas, because, or at least lower middle class at worst. Because if you don't have the room to put in the nicer stuff, you're not going to have much to be able to do. Thanks for all the love, guys. Thanks for all the hearts, the thumbs up. The reason being is because like people who will buy houses, a lot of times are going to be the women that makes a deciding factor, and they want a nice kitchen. If you're not putting in a nice kitchen, even though it's new, you're not really going to be able to sell a house pretty easy. It's going to be really tough for you to sell a house. The other factor is if you buying a house that's two bed, 2 bath, and then market really wants a 3 bed, 2 bath, you might chop things up a little smaller and make it a 3 bed, 2 bath. You might not want a garage. You might convert a garage into a master bedroom. There's a lot of factors you have to consider to see what does the end consumer want. And for all the guys on YouTube or IG that's it's not working out very well, I'm on YouTube Live right now, answering all the questions they're submitting in. Appreciate it, guys. Next question here says from Jay Stacks. So if something needs to be repaired, the property manager would let you know directly, then you would get taken care of, or the property manager find someone to repair it? So it depends on the relationship with you and the property manager. Because I'm already giving you 10% to manage it. Why am I going to pay you on top of that to get someone out to go fix it? You should be doing that as part of your job. Now, when you start, it might not be as profitable. But once you're 5 hits, you figured out a lot of kinks. You're becoming more profitable. Once you're 10 hits, you can probably have enough properties to hire someone full-time to work for you. Now, you're probably paying them 30, 35, 40,000 to fix things for you. But that's still a lot cheaper than probably paying someone 120,000 for all the repairs that happen or the renos you're using. So it's really good to get that. So it says YouTube is lagging for me bad. Instagram is better. That's strange. Some people YouTube is working better. Some people Instagram is working better. It's strange. But I would advise everyone to log into YouTube and try that one better, just because it's odd why it's not working. But that is why I would say you should basically be in it for the long run. Don't be in this game for the short run. Be in it for the long term, right? Be in it because over time you're gonna get better and better. By constantly hearing the same thing again and again, it's gonna get ingrained in your mind, and then you're gonna be able to execute better and more confidently. Called this guy like hours ago, and finally he's calling me back. Look at this. So next question from Jay Stacks is, you pay for the expenses as well, correct? Yes. As a property owner, you pay for the repairs. That's just part of the game. You pay for the repairs. So yeah, but you should be managing that in your budget. In your budget for the property, you should be estimating the cost of the repairs and budgeting, putting money to the side to fix those things. Great question. All right, Louis says another question here. Says, hey, I know you're probably get asked this a lot. What is the best way to start with low credit? So with low credit, you can still do the first-time homebuyer program with low credit. So the first-time homebuyer program is the FHA program. You can also have a low down payment amount as well, as low as 3.5%. So basic on that, credit and amount of money does not really play into a factor. But you have to make sure there's 3 factors that the bank looks at: credit, down payment, and monthly income to support. If you buy a multi-unit, you can use the income from the multi-unit to help support your ability to pay the loan. So it's called ability to pay. So make sure that if you're going to be weak in one area or 2 area, try to put in the 3rd area to strengthen you, right? But at the end of the day, don't stop trying, because I tried a lot of times and didn't work out, but I kept trying no matter what to make sure this works, to make sure I'm pushing, kept driving to try to make a deal happen. Good question, Louis. Everybody, just so you know, that's on IG. I am on YouTube Live, and I'm answering the questions on there. The signal seems to be stronger on here, and it's not dropping. On IG, it's already dropped like 4 times. So next question here from Steven. Should you renovate your first rental property? Normally, you should buy a property that needs renovations. You want to buy a property that needs renovations. By buying a property that has room to grow, because that's really where your profit's going to be at. If you want to force appreciation fast, you want to buy a property that is currently slightly under market, but it also brings in more rent. At that point, you could do a cash out refinance, repackage the loan, draw out, your initial investment, and use that money then to buy another property. So that's what I did. I bought my first duplex. I lived on one side, rented out the other, fixed up the outside, tiled the floors, fixed up the next unit, not a crazy amount, increased the value, took cash out of the property, and then used that money to buy my next property. And that is how I was able to scale from 19 years old to, by the time I was 23 years old, I went from 0 properties to 23. Basically about studying, building your foundation to grow. Good question, guys. All right, Peter says, or is that asking, where do you go to set up a 1031 exchange or to take advantage of savings and capital gains? Through an opportunity zone, accountant, or attorney? So those are multiple different things you talked about. So let's just talk about the one topic is, where do you go to do a 1031 exchange? Normally, a lawyer does it. It is through a company that is registered as a 1031 exchange company. So normally a lawyer owns this company or a firm owns this company, because the money you're getting after you sell your property goes into a trust. So that money is held there, and then you can find your next deal to put it into to exchange your gain, your capital gain. So again, who does a 1031 exchange? Normally a lawyer or a firm does it that owns a 1031 exchange company. Now, the next question was an opportunity zone. An opportunity zone is an area where you could buy a property and remodel it. And after 10 years, if you do everything properly, you will not be taxed on the gain, the appreciation of that property. That is separate from a 1031 exchange and opportunity zone. There's many things that you need to check off to make sure you qualify for an opportunity zone. So it's a great vehicle. I'm looking to do one myself, but you better do it right. Otherwise, you are going to expect to have to pay no taxes. And if you screwed it up and then you have to end up paying taxes, it's going to stink. So make sure you're doing it right. You have the right accountant to set up your 1031 exchange. You have your opportunity zone, and make sure you have the right lawyer to handle your 1031 exchange. And you must follow the rules to the T, because if you screw it up in any way, you can risk losing the tax. Then renting to tenants. So let me clarify this, because you can make more money with Airbnb if you look at it at a weekly, daily, monthly period. But sometimes, say in Florida, you're only rented at like 50, 60%. So by the time you average how much money did you make in the full year, how much money did you spend on cleaning, how much money you spent on furniture and everything else, you could actually make less money on an annual basis through Airbnb. So that's why you just can't Airbnb anywhere. You have to be very specific where you're going to Airbnb your property. You have to pick a very specific property that you know is going to work well in an Airbnb. So that is where you want to be specific on what you're deciding. Some properties will work better as a long-term rental. Airbnb won't work in that area. But the amount of money that you're bringing in every year is a good amount of money. And you're going to have the same tenant for 3 years and probably never hear from them. It's very possible. I've had many properties where I've had a tenant in there for 3 years, 5 years, never hear from them, barely ever hear from them. And it's just keep on coming in. But once you have a good amount of properties, you might want to hire a full-time handyman to help you to get things fixed cheaply and to do just regular maintenance, change a water heater, fix this, change a door, paint something. It happens. But again, there's pros and cons between both. There's another thing. In the annual rental market, there's also different segmentation. So I'll give you an example. I didn't do many single family homes. Actually, I've done almost none, right? I only bought a few recently, and I added them on just because they're in Airbnb areas. Now, single family home, the market for that type of client and the market for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom is a lot different. The type of people who are going to rent from you for a 3-2 is a family. They're probably going to stay there for 5-7 years. But a person that's renting a 1-1 or a 2-1 is probably only going to stay there for about 3 years. So it's a different market. But the income is different because on a 1-1 or a 2-1, you bring in more rent per square footage compared to a 3-2. So it's a different market and it's a different strategy. A lot of people that are very older, say they're like 60s, 70s, they do rentals. They don't do multi-unit properties because people don't stay as long. They do houses. Now, again, the return on investment for them is low, in my opinion. The cap rate is low, but they rent it out once and the person doesn't move out for 7 years. And that's what they want. They don't want to hear from anybody. They just want to get that mailbox check coming in. Now me, I require a higher return on my investment. So what do? I rent out 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms. Now those people only stay for 1 to 3 years, which is fine to me because I'm fine with going in there once a year, cleaning it up, getting it ready to rent out and moving on to the next person. So for that works. And now I'm to the level where I have a handyman. I got these I have 3 different cleaning crews where, you know what? I'd rather have someone move in every week or every month. And instead of bringing in $2,000 a month, I'm bringing in $6,000 a month. Or instead of me bringing in $100,000 a month, I'm bringing in $3,000 a month. So, but it requires a lot more work, a lot more labor. It's more of a business at this point instead of a mailbox checks. It's the less passive it becomes, the more profit for the time you're being spent. I'll give you another example. If you buy properties in the hood, right? I used to live in a hood, but if you buy evictions, you have a lot more problems. So because of the additional labor that's involved, normally your profit mortgage, your cap rate is higher. But remember, it's more work. So if you're doing this as a side hustle and you got a main job, you don't want to buy in the hood because you're going to have a lot of issues going out there. Then you're going to need to make sure you have a property manager because you're not going to be able to manage it. But property managers are not going to want to work in the hood, Or if they do, they're going to require more money out of you to deal with all those headaches because it's very labor intensive. So you have to have that in consideration. But again, you're going to be bringing in more cash flow. But what did I say about buying properties in the hood? Normally, you bring in more cash flow, but your appreciation is a lot lower. Where if you're buying properties in nicer areas, the cash flow is lower, but your appreciation is a lot higher. So what I prefer to make more money in appreciation and less money in cash flow. Great question. Someone's asking to go live on IG. Let's see if it's actually going to work. All right, let's see if it's going to work. See, it's still not working. Sucks. But thanks for being troopers out there, guys. All right, and you guys out there too. Thanks for all the likes. I appreciate all the love. Thanks for all the love, guys. It definitely motivates me to help you guys more. Next question we got here is from Hugo. What properties do you buy in terms of price? I will buy any property in any price. Because you'll later find out price doesn't matter. What is your cash on cash return? How much money are you making for the money you for 3 point something? But the other company gave me $145,000 on the line of credit. You're only going to give me $35,000 on the line of credit. I'd rather get $145,000 out and pay 2 more points so I can then take the money and go make 25% on my money, minimum. So why am I afraid to pay 2% extra in interest if I can go make 25% somewhere else, right? Don't go look at the pennies and miss out the hundreds, like the hundreds. There's a lot out there, but don't be so blinded by that. So it's not about the purchase price of the property. It's not about what the interest rate of the loan is. Is there money in the deal? Because if there's money in the deal, there's enough money for you to get paid, for the lender to get paid, for the tax guy to get paid, enough money for pay for the remodels. All that matters is there money in the deal? Can I add value? Can there be build appreciation? That is what matters. So right now, I've been very blessed that my deals are very profitable. Lots of people are coming out and saying they want to invest with me. I've never taken on an investor before, but I've got a lot of positive feedback, so I'm really considering it now. So God willing, things will work out. I'll find another big deal. I'm really looking to do bigger deals, and we can bring other people aboard. All right. So George has a question. Do you think instead of having an LLC, have a hybrid company of an LLC and an S Corp? So normally the LLCs I create, I have an accounting firm. We do taxes, bookkeeping, and payroll. I also have an insurance agent. We do home insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, all the financial planning. Most of the ones I create for the people that I work with are LLCs, and the tax filing is 1120S. Because remember, your LLC or incorporation, that's how you're legally represented, has nothing to do how you're represented with the IRS. Those are two separate things. Because you can be an Inc. and be an 1120S, right? You can be an LLC and be a partnership, not an 1120S. You can be an LLC and be an 1120 C Corp. So there's many ways you can do this. So that's what's important for you to know what you're doing when you're getting involved into it. And it looks like things are not working out on our IG again. I think people are losing connection. So let's restart that. It's not working out. Better for you guys. It's better for everyone on YouTube. So great question, George. Steve Rober says, thoughts on Grant Cardone. I love that Grant Cardone's energy. I love his excitement. I love all of that, right? I love his motivation, his 10X philosophy. I have always had that philosophy. You got to go hard. You got to go big. Otherwise, by this mundaneness, you're not going to grow enough and you're going to end up quitting. Now, what I don't like is returns on his investment. Grant Cardone's return on investment, if you read online, most people only get 3 to 4% from their investment. Where my deals, I was looking at opening up my own fund in partnership. My deals would get 8+%. So I'm getting double to triple what he's offering. So he's cool, but his deals, I would never invest in his deals because, again, I can offer people at least 8%. And then when we sell the property, they're going to get significantly more money. So if someone say invested 100,000 with me, in 5 to 10 years, they would get $300,000 back. So that is my opinion about his returns. Otherwise, I think he's a cool guy. And we're interesting. I heard it like he's a Scientologist, and there's a huge Scientology in Clearwater. So he sounds like from what I hear, he comes down once a month, flies in, and hangs out with Scientologists. So it was pretty interesting to hear. Got a question over here from Guarv. Says, sir, it's been 2 years I have been in this game and still not making much. I'm only focusing on rental services I'm providing to the tenants. Sir, any questions from your side how I can make more? So when you're doing property management and you're being paid for your services as a property manager, you need to get hundreds of units to make money. Real talk, hundreds of units. So that's why in the beginning, I bought my own property, I remodeled my own properties, I rented them out myself, and I did my own property management. I did it all because most of the money goes to property management in the beginning. So you need to do it yourself a lot of times to make the money. If you're too busy and you're professional, you should probably just invest with the group and let them handle everything. Because by the end of the day, they're going to end up being more profitable than you doing it by yourself. So that's also real important. Everybody on IG, it's not really working out very well on IG. People keep on losing coverage. So we're on YouTube Live answering all the questions. Jump onto YouTube Live and get your questions answered. All right. So you need lots of units, buddy. That's how you're going to make it work. Everybody, thanks for all the likes. I appreciate it. Jay Stacks. So how do you decide whether you should use a property for Airbnb? So the first thing you need to do is there's different websites that will tell you what your occupancy rate for your area is. And basically, the rule is if you're under, say, 65% occupancy rate, you probably shouldn't be doing Airbnb there because you're not going to bring in enough money. But you can double check by seeing what is the annual rental amount, right? Say 1 bedroom normally rents for $1,000 a month. If you go on Airbnb and you see the nightly rate is $100 a night, you can be like, wow, I can bring in $3,000 for the month. If it's over $100 per night, then you're going to bring in $3,000 a month. At that point, it makes sense to do it because now you are triple what the annual rent is. And that's normally my rule. Are you triple the annual rent on Airbnb compared to a regular rental? So a regular annual rental is $1,000 a month. I want to get $3,000 on Airbnb. Annual 1K on Airbnb. I want 3K. Sorry, guys, on 3K. It's sloppy for everybody, so it doesn't even matter, right? Sorry, guys. So you want to be able to get at least $3,000 a month for 1,000. So if you're getting 2,000, you want to bring in $6,000 a month because you're not always going to get 6,000. What if your occupancy is 65%? 65% of 3,000 is going to be around 1,900 roughly. So 1,900 after Airbnb and all your expenses and fees, you're probably only going to net around, say, 1,500. So at 1,500, where you normally get $1,000, you get an extra 500. That ends up being worth your time. If you're getting an extra $500, it's worth your time. And if you're at minimum making that extra $500, it's worth you doing it. But if you're not, my goal is for you guys to make money and have freedom. I don't want you to just make money and kill yourself and work. Because trust me, I did it. And trust me, I'm still doing it. I'm trying to figure out a way to make money and have freedom. So scaling is important. You must 10x yourself. And you must build efficiencies and hire people. Because in the beginning, you're going to do everything yourself, but eventually you have to get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to just work yourself to death. Everybody, just so you know, everyone on IG, it's not really working out that well. Everyone's jumping onto YouTube. Follow me at Baskal Korkis. Yeah, it's falling off again, so I'm going to restart this. All right, guys, great questions. All right. Peter says, would you ever convert a large single-family home into a fourplex if the zoning allows it? Yes, I would do it. But not only the zoning must allow it, your profitability must be there. You don't want to just do it because the zoning allows it. Just because people allow it doesn't mean it's cool. So everybody on IG, it's not really working out on IG. Things are getting choppy. It's pausing. Everyone's jumping onto YouTube. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the likes. So jump on YouTube to get your questions answered. I'm going to try to jump on and do it live and see if I can answer it. Someone's asking to go live. I'll test it out. I'll see if it works. Dolma for life. Dolma for life. Isn't that food? Dolma. So let's see if that works. IG has not been working. So while I'm waiting for that, Peter, the numbers will tell you to do it. The numbers make the decision. Don't ever make a decision or think it's cool. There's a lot of things I want to do in the game that's cool, but it doesn't make money. So it's not a hobby, you know? We want to make money here, right? And we want to have fun. So Doma for life. Did it work? Can you see me? Hello? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's working. So great question, Peter. J Stack says, if you can find a single family home and convert it to a fourplex if the zoning permits and you're in an opportunity zone, it's definitely going to be worth it. That would be a good deal. But also make sure the rents justify it. All right. And see the cost of the renovation. So lots of good factors. Guys on IG, we're actually live on YouTube. The connection's a lot better. Jump on here at Baskal Korkis. So great question, Peter. All right, Jay. Jay says, also, do you get taxed on the money you make from Airbnb? You get taxed on anything you make in America. FYI, if you get paid for anything in America, you're supposed to put it on your tax return. Now, the good thing about real estate is what? You can depreciate your asset to write off your income. So normally at the end of the year, you should be able to wipe off most of the income, most of the profit you made. All right. Good question. Next question here. Hugo. Hugo says, is the more expensive the property, the better the return? No. Like in New York, property is good. Remember, I always preach, know your market, because then you're going to know what things are worth. And when you know what things are worth, then you're going to know how much to buy it for. All right. Everybody that's jumping on IG's not really working out that well. I'm on YouTube right now, live answering questions at Baskal Korkis. So know your market. All right. Doggos, I think it's a really good investment. I could cash flow 1K a month profit. Should I? A lot of people promise first dibs on something and maybe they never get a chance to buy it. So don't hold your breath. Opportunities are what you make them, not just sit around and wait for them. Okay? Make it happen. And is 1K profit a month good? Yes. But that sounds really too good to be true, to be honest. But it could, if you're saying you're making 1K on $8,000 a month payment, nah, it's not really good profit. So it depends. 1K sounds good if your rent is, say, 2K and you get to keep 1K. Someone's asking to go live on IG. Let's see if it actually works. Yeah. IG is not working out. Hey, I'm telling everyone to jump on YouTube. They're not listening. Guys. So let's go to the next question. Steve Rober. I'm 15 and I'm nervous. If I get denied for my loan in the future when you were 19, did you feel nervous on getting accepted? Let me tell you something, guys. You're going to be denied a lot. You're going to be sending in 1,000 offers and people are going to keep rejecting your offer. You're going to come down the path and you'll be like, I almost got a deal. And then you got to reject the property because you find too many issues in the inspection and the buyer's not willing to reduce the price. There's a lot of rejection that happens and you got to be okay with it. You're going to be rejected for loans at time because you might not know how to qualify for a loan, how to set up your taxes and everything correctly. I'm coming out with a course for this. If you really want it, please DM me and say, I want it, right? I don't really want to spend my time for a course and spend all my energy to make it if people aren't interested in getting it, right? It's just, I don't have that much time in a day. So everyone on YouTube or on IG, I'm on YouTube right now. The connection's a lot better. Things keep dropping on IG. It's been really dumb. So don't be afraid about rejection. The people who win, right? Like Kobe kept on taking 42,000 shots a month just to get his game better. And Jordan said, everyone talks about all the shots I made. They don't count the 43,000 times I made shots in the game and missed. So don't worry about your misses. Your misses don't count. The misses are just practice. Your misses are just practice. Because when it's time for you to go in and score, you're going to be able to make it when it finally counts. So don't think that the one that you lost was the one that counted. No, it doesn't count till you're done. So if you keep going after it, you're going to win. And some deals I lost, but I'm going to keep going after it and keep pushing, right? I messed up. I was going to buy a house for a good price. I didn't bring a contract with me to make the person sign it. What did they do? Sign a contract with somebody else. That's my bad. I screwed up. All right, someone's asking to go live on IG. Let's see if it actually works. IG is not working out. Does anyone know how to go live with someone else on YouTube? I don't know how to do that. If that is even possible. And can everyone hear me well on YouTube? Just a quick yes in the comments would be cool. Didn't work. Everyone on IG, I'm on YouTube live right now. Jump on in. The connection's a lot better. All right. Thanks, guys. And also, since you're getting so used to typing and putting in yes, why don't you just smash the like button? Hey, Raquel, you joined us. Awesome. How's it? Is it doing better for you now on YouTube than IG? All right. Right. You like the content? You like the value I'm giving? Edgar says, did you go to college at 19? If so, how were you able to balance both school and investing in real estate? So, all right. So, I started going to college at 17. I thought that there wasn't much value in going out, finishing junior year and senior year of high school. So when I was 17, they had a program where you can go to college early. So I started going to college when I was a junior, and all the classes I took at the college also counted as a credit in high school. So I took one class in college, and they gave me credit in college, and they gave me credit in high school. This way, I could basically by the time I finished high school, I had 2 years of college finished. I'm really fast paced. I'm really aggressive. I want to get things done. I want to grow. Nights and weekends, that was my side hustle. And I used to also compete for powerlifting and train. So if you ask me how did I do that, I slept, 6, 7 hours a day. I went from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. I loved doing it. I loved to have the opportunity to go to college because not a lot of people did back in the day. I loved having an opportunity to learn. I loved doing real estate deals. I loved competing and working out. So when you have this passion, it's not work. You're thankful. You're like, thank God I had this chance to do this. Because not a lot of people got a chance to do it. Not a lot of people got to work at the bank when they were 18, painting the property I just bought. I had appreciation for that. I had a value for that. I had a desire and thankful for that. And when you're thankful and you're appreciative, God gives you more stuff. The universe gives you more stuff, right? So I'm thankful for you guys for smashing the like button and referring your friends to my IG and my YouTube. I'm very thankful for that. And that's what I'm keep on giving back. So when you do that, good things come. Like I haven't sold anything from YouTube, from IG. No one's paid me anything for anything so far, right? But a lot of people keep on like doing nice things for me. I needed some help, so they point the direction in different ways, and doing good things come back for you, right? So IG is not working. IG is definitely not working. It's kind of frustrating. So, next question. Jay Stack says, how exactly do I check the occupancy rate, rental rate? Okay, so the rental rate, you go on Airbnb and just look at your area and look at what they're renting for the day, for the week, for the month, and just play. And just start writing down all the numbers and see how many properties are for rent. Hey guys, YouTube's really acting up. I mean, IG is really acting up. I'm on YouTube Live. Jump onto YouTube Live, and you'll be able to ask your questions. All right, at Baskal Korkis. Thanks for all the love. So then just search on Google Airbnb occupancy rate. And there's some free websites, and some of them are not free. You got to pay like $20 and they'll give you the data. Collect all the data, put the data together, and then you'll be able to check to see what is it? What are they really giving me? What are my chances, right? Then go to different meetups. Go to different meetups for Airbnb and for the rental property and ask the people, hey, what is the occupancy? What's this? What's that? Don't ask just one person, because some people might just lie to you, and because they don't want you in the business, right? A lot of times people will tell me, it's not worth it. Well, if it's not worth it, why are you in the business? I don't say that. I just kind of like, okay, let me get some more data. Just because one person to reduce the odds of something negative happening. For everything you hear it's positive, find ways to increase the probability of positive things happening. That's why I make my properties look super nice, because I want people to say good things. I want them to come back. And that's why I reduce anything that would annoy them to reduce the likelihood of any problems. Hey, thanks for all the love on IG. So that's what you guys need to do. And guys, on IG, YouTube's working a lot better. So you might want to come onto YouTube at Baskal Korkis to get to get a better connection. All right, next question I got here, Jay Stacks. How exactly do I check? Oh, you already answered that. So Brian says, how do you spot if a property is a good deal or not? You'll know it's a good deal, one, if it sells within a couple of days. All the good deals go fast. Two, by studying your market, you'll know what everything is worth and what condition. When something goes up for sale, within the first 5 minutes, I see it's for sale. I can run the data in my head because I've looked at so many properties. Immediately, I'll know something's good or bad. And then from that, I will go, I'll buy it. That only happens like 1 out of 1,000 properties. But no, when the property is good, I'll jump in and buy it. All right, guys. Guys on IG, follow on YouTube, answering all the questions on there. The connection's a lot better. I'm already saving the 3% down because it's my primary residence. That's awesome. That's very good. But what I'll tell you, though, is try to buy a multi-unit. Just because this one's easy and guy said he'll sell it to you, try to buy a duplex, a triplex, a quadplex. I promise you, there's 2 versions of you, doggo. One in the future in 10 years from now where you own the single condo, and there's one 10 years from now where you only own the duplex. In those 2 scenarios, you're going to be a lot happier with you owning the 4plex. Now, I wish in 10 years you're going to own 20 units, but compared to a single condo and a 4plex, it'll be very hard for you to grow from that single condo more. It's going to be very hard for you to grow. In a 4plex, it'll be less hard for you to grow. All right? But either way, a condo is better than nothing. But I encourage you to buy a duplex or a 4plex. Rent out live in one side, rent out the other side, live humbly, and grow. Because after 10 years, you'll be like me. You'll have enough money that you can buy whatever house you want. Now my house is 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3-car garage with a pool on like 3/4 of an acre, right? It's a sick house. But now I can own something like that and it not be a big deal. I don't want you to go and buy a condo. I know $900 is great, but most people I talk to, when they do that, they just take the other 900 and start blowing it. They don't save it. They don't save the extra money, right? And then the next deal you have to do, you have to put down 20%. But if you buy a duplex, triplex, or quadplex now as your first deal, you only have to put down 3.5%. So it's going to be way easier for you to do it. And try to live more humbly. Try not to live in an 1875 place. Try to move into a place that only costs you $1,200 a month. Yeah, it's not as nice, but you're not going to be there forever. This is temporary until you find the next place, until you save up enough money for your next deal, right? The place you rent should be cheap. The property you buy should be in a great area, and you should be willing to pay for it because it's going to keep going up. Everybody on IG, we're on YouTube. YouTube Live. The connection is a lot better. Answering questions on there. Thanks for the question, Doggo. All right, guys. Thanks for all the love. 7 likes. Hey. So Peter says, I found a FHA 203K rehab in the O-zone. Deal? Is it better to start small? I don't think it's better to start small. I think, yes, you should buy the property and do a conversion. Remember, in the O-zone, one, you have to be the company that you're creating must be an opportunity fund, and you're buying in an opportunity zone. Plus, you're buying for $450, and you must spend 100% of the purchase price in your upgrades. So that means you have to upgrade $450,000 to make your opportunity fund qualified. Okay, so that means so you can avoid the taxes. So you have to buy for $450 and spend $450 in renovations. Now, at that point, the value of the property hopefully should be worth $1.8 million. You doubled your money, and that $900,000 in 10 years is tax-free. But this is the point. It doesn't matter if you have to pay taxes if you're going to make a lot of money. It's better for you to go to make a lot of money and then pay taxes than for you to avoid paying taxes and make little money. Make so much money that you have enough money to pay the lender, pay taxes, pay everything, pay for renovations, right? Don't worry about, I don't want to pay enough, or I don't want to pay that much. No, you're thinking small. You're thinking wrong. What you got to do is you got to think, I want to make a lot of money. What do I got to do? And if you find a way, this is when I was younger, I learned this. If I found a way to pay the bank for the mortgage, pay the taxes, pay for the reno, pay all those different things, then I get the small cut at the end. And a small cut of a very large amount of money is a good amount of money for me, right? So don't be afraid about letting everyone else get paid. Don't worry about taxes. If you can make money and pay your taxes. Brandon Gordon says, best way to get into commercial with the least amount of money. Brandon, I would love to buy a mobile home park. They're very hard to find that are profitable, or the ones that you can be made profitable. Cap rates used to be great on mobile home parks. Now the compression on the cap rate is so low that it's like very risky. So would I buy a mobile home park? Yes, I would. But I would make sure that the numbers make sense and make it profitable enough for me to do so. Great question, Brandon. I love mobile home parks. It's all about the deal. Guys on IG, we're live on YouTube. We're answering the questions on there. IG's not really working out too well. Next question we got here from Hugo. Hugo, what platforms do you use to find deals? I use Zillow. I use Realtor. I use LoopNet. I mail out letters. I talk to people at local events. And I have realtors that will send me deals automatically once I hit the MLS, which is basically the same thing as realtor.com or Zillow. And once the deal comes through, you better jump on it because those things will fly off the shelf. Great question, Hugo. And Matt Whitney says, in hot markets, where the cash-on-cash ROI is a minimum 0 to 2%, do you still recommend investing for appreciation? No. Or should you not look in hot markets? I'm talking about a duplex. If your cash-on-cash ROI is 2%, that is ridiculous. I pull at least 25%. 2%. No, it's not cash-on-cash at 2%. It's not worth it. No, that means that market's overinflated at 2%. Like, doesn't make any sense. Are you sure you're not talking about like cap rate? Even cap rate at 2% is ridiculous. No, it just sounds too crazy to me. Unless you can buy it, right? Like the property I bought it at 0 cap, right? Because it was empty. There is no cap rate because it's not bringing in any money. So I bought that property because when I bought it and remodeled it, I'd be able to bring the cap rate in the cash on cash up significantly. I would be able to get a 25% cash on cash on my investment. So it was worth it. Doggo says, thanks, Pascal. Yes, I was going to buy it and put $10K into it and refinance it. And with the equity, buy another duplex. With the equity, can't I just do another 3.5% down on another property? No, you can only do it on one property. 3.5% FHA loan to sell the original property, wait 3 years, then you could do it again. So it's not worth doing it. You might as well jump up into a fourplex. You buy the fourplex, put 3.5% down. You upgrade all 4 units. You increase the rents, $200 a unit. That's $800 a month. Get a lower payment, get your money out. Now you're in a good position with your first mortgage. You get a second mortgage. Your second mortgage can go, since it's a primary residence, you can go sometimes up to 100% loan in value. So then you can pull out the other 120,000. Now you should be able to have 2 fourplexes. You have 8 units. Congratulations. You should send me a check for all the good advice at that point. So that is how I would do it. Why? Because it's a winner. It's a winning format. Do you then try to make sure you're buying properties that you could Airbnb, so you can Airbnb 1 unit and rent and live in 1 unit and then rent out the other 2 units as annual tenants. You'll be able to stabilize the property and be able to ride some waves, because when you're able to rent out the Airbnb during the peak market, you're going to get a lot of money. But during the down markets, you might not get any money that month because it's empty. So you'll be able to ride the waves out, save the money, constantly upgrade your property. Who knows? If you buy in the right area and you got a good place for Airbnb, you might convert all of them to Airbnb. Yes, at the peak seasons, you're getting a ton of money. On the low seasons, you're not bringing in a lot of money, but you make sure to save the money from the peak seasons and then use it to help yourself out during the low seasons. And then you go to the next one. At that point, prior to going to the next one, if you refinance to a 30-year loan on that property when it's stable, then you can convert it to Airbnb, because not a lot of lenders will give you a 30-year loan or a good loan if they know they're Airbnbs. They're willing to give you that loan when they know they're annual rentals. So you got to be careful. You want me to give away? They asked me to give away my phone. All right. Next question. Steven says, would you ever invest in a high rise? Very rare. Would I? Yes. Very rare. Because normally when the market's very high, they go up a lot. When the market goes down, they go down hard. All right. Everyone on IG. So next question here. Matt Whitney says, the LMS is Columbus, Ohio. Consists of properties just like what I'm talking about, unfortunately. The MLS in Columbus, Ohio consists of properties just like what I'm. So you should go out to the sub-markets outside of Columbus, Ohio, that where people in Columbus, Ohio are going there to hang out. That's where you want to be. In the outside markets where everyone, Airbnb, can you reinvest it to buy another property and not get taxed on the profit? So this is the thing. You're talking about multiple different tax profitabilities. One, the income you're getting from the rent, you're gonna have to pay tax on that. Normally it's 15% tax on the profit. So the income minus expenses, your net profit. Now, if you depreciate your asset, you can depreciate your asset and wipe off the income from that property. That should leave you with less money and reduce your tax bill. That's how I do it. That's how most real estate investors do it. Now, when you sell the property, you can 1031 exchange it into another property. And that's a way you can push off your taxes to a later date. Great one. Doggo says, Baskal, thank you so much. You are a huge inspiration and would love to meet you one day. Never stop doing these lives. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate the love. We should appreciate the likes. Please refer your friends to my page on my IG and YouTube. I really am here for you guys. Let me know if I do a live event in Florida, who would want to come? I'm thinking about doing like a week-long thing. Let me know. Dylan says, should I rent out house or flip them starting out? I found that flipping properties is not very profitable for beginners. Normally, you would make the same amount of money and it'd take you about a year. I'll just do a house, buy, remodel, rent, refinance, and hold it. Because the profit you're going to make isn't much, right? And you're going to have to pay a lot of taxes and a lot of fees to sell it. It's about 7% in fees by the time you sell a house. So when you're doing that, you basically don't sell it. You keep it, refinance it, maybe get a line of credit, pull some cash out, and then do another deal. Yes, your profit is equity is stuck in a deal, but by the time you paid your fees and you paid your taxes, you wasn't really much money left for that deal anyway. So normally, how I did it, I bought, renovated, rented, and refinanced. Basically, Burr method. And then got a line of credit. So next question I got here is Carlos Vasquez. How many properties do you own, my friend? Right now, I think I have like 37. I'm about 37 right now, and I have no investors. Steven says, I 100% agree with you, doggo. Thanks for all the love, guys. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the follows. Please refer your friends to my page. I really appreciate it. Got a lot of great feedback today. We're going to go a little bit longer. It's been over an hour, but I'm trying to give you guys as much value as possible. So let's see. I don't know. Oh, it's the first one that worked. All right, nope, it crashed. It's really, really dumb. So guys, everyone on IG, I'm on YouTube Live. Jump on there. It's not really working out well right there. And do I keep my properties or sell them? I keep as many properties as possible. I only start selling my properties when I have to sell them. You know, if I need more money, then I will sell them. All right, someone's trying to go live again. Let's see if it works. Also, what I'm thinking about doing the live event is going to be probably like in the last week of July. Hey, what's up, buddy? What questions do you have for us? All right. It's not working. Everyone on IG, remember, I'm live on YouTube. So I'd come out if I could drive. All right. So John says, I'm in Texas, but I'll be there. So again, I'm thinking about doing it in the last week of July. And I was thinking about doing a package of staying in my Airbnb for the week. And basically during the week, we would go out, we'd do study sessions. I'd show you a property, explain different things, do assessments. Probably whoever would come, I would run in scenarios for people in their city to show them basically like how I would view properties. You'd give me examples and probably do like 10 examples with you just for your property, just for your city. And then do examples of my thoughts and how I would attack your city, how I would go after your deals, right? Let me know if you guys are interested. I think to make it worthwhile, I probably would do about 10 people Airbnb. So it would include stay. So it's basically includes hotel stay, I guess, but it's not a hotel. So, all right. Let's see the next question. Doggo says, I would want to come, but I'm only 14, just trying to learn how to get my family out of this low time. Definitely do your thing, but let me tell you something. And this is me trying to tell you the truth. Our families are not going to understand. If our families understood, they would already be doing it themselves. My parents still don't understand what I'm doing and still think it's crazy. Yet, I have 37 units. I'm making lots of money. I just told you, I rented out a place for $6,000 for the month where I normally get like $2,000, right? They don't get it. They're not going to get it. I'm going to try to teach them, but a lot of times they're going to try to pull you back into their mindset. Why do I tell you to watch my videos 3 times? Why does the books that I tell you to read, in the books, they'll tell you to read the book 3 times. Think and Grow Rich. It says you need to read the book 3 times for truly to ingrain in you. You need to change your mindset. And that takes a lot of work because there's so many people around you that are telling you the wrong thing. And it's not because they're bad. It's they don't know any better. So that's why you need to constantly watch the videos again and again and again. These live events, I'm saying a lot of the same stuff because it's going to teach you something. It's going to be able to help you grow. So, study, watch them. They're there for you to learn and grow. All right, next question. Do you recommend only buying houses that need rehab? I don't only recommend. I do buy properties that don't need any rehab, but those are the ones that have the most profit, the most skin, and the most meat on there so you can grow. So that's why I really focus on those. Hey guys, I'm on IG. I'm on YouTube Live, so the connection on YouTube Live is a lot better. So I advise you to jump on YouTube and follow me at Baskal Korkis and join the live there. On IG, it's not been working out that well. Calls keep on getting, the thing keeps on dropping. Sucks. Anyway, so the numbers will determine if it's a good deal or not. If you buy a non-rehabbed home or buy a rehabbed home, the numbers make sense. That's what they're going to tell you. It's going to tell you what decision you need to make. All right. So JM says, I am trying to start in real estate. What advice do you have for a beginner? Study your market, save your money. All right. Because what sucks is two things suck is when there's a deal that happens and you can't buy it, right? That sucks. Two, know your market. When a deal comes up and it's good, you're going to know it's good. So know your market, because when a deal comes up, you got about a day to buy it. Otherwise, there's going to be someone that has studied the market, that has put in the work. You know, there's going to be guys out there that took 24,000 shots in the gym before they came to play the game. And when that property comes up, it is not time to play. It is not time to think if you want to buy a property. You got to be taking shots at home, running numbers, running scenarios, and being ready that the property comes up for sale, you're going to buy it. When a property comes up for sale, when I see it, within 5 minutes, I've decided if I'm buying it or not. And it doesn't matter who's going to go up against me to buy it. I've already made my decision. I'm going to buy it. Now I also have a number in my head. I'm going to pay up to this much money for the property. So when you find a good deal, buy it. And how do you know it's a good deal? By studying your market, right? So that's what I'm planning to do on my live event, or my week-long training event in July, is to actually show people how to run deals in their market. And then also, while the other people are watching me run deals for that one person, everyone's learning. Everyone's learning together, right? So next question. How much down should I put on rental property in order to get the banks to trust a 19-year-old? The bank doesn't care how old you are. The bank wants to see that you have good tax return, you have an income, and you have credit. So you get your credit right, get your tax return right, and make sure your income is consistent. Thanks for all the likes, guys. I appreciate the love. That is what matters. So please take my advice and go for it. If I can go back, I wouldn't have bought a duplex. I would have bought a fourplex. I would have gone harder. I would have gotten a bigger loan. I would have gone for a better property. I would have bought in a better area. So, great question. Raquel Rosa, sounds great. I'll see you there. Stephen Rober, how much down should I put in a rental property in order to get the bank's trust as a 19-year-old? So first-time home buyers is only required 3.5% down. So you could put down as low as 3.5%. Try to go for a fourplex. Put 3.5% down. Go for it. Try to see what you can do, right? And if that doesn't work, try to put more money down. If that doesn't work, try to get a property that's not selling for as much and put more money down, right? So we'll see everybody on IG. I'm going to shut it down. I'm only going to be on YouTube, all right? YouTube Live. So I'm going to spend another, say, 10, 15 minutes answering questions, and then we'll call it a night. Thanks for guys sticking with me through all the problems. I'm definitely here for you guys. And if you got any questions for me to run some numbers, I'll run it on the board. I'll try not to write like shit. Got my chicken scratch, but I'll do better next time. All right. What market am I in? I'm in Tampa Bay market, Florida. All right. Oh, regarding my event in July, I'm thinking if two people share a room, right? Say husband and wife come, they don't have to pay extra for the room. So they would only pay $1,000 more for the extra person to come. Normally a week-long event's like $10,000. So I think $2,000 is very fair amount. So if two people come, share a room, you know, whatever, it's only $3,000 for two people. So it's a cheap way to go. All right. Jay Stacks, how do you mail out offers? Is there an app I could use? I didn't use an app. I literally just had a piece of paper, had my assistant print a whole bunch and just write to the people and say, hey, I'm local, I want to buy. And that worked. The open rate was a lot higher. So yeah, I got a lot less mail out, but the success rate was a lot better. But if you find a great app, let me know. If you find a great software program, let me know. I'm more than happy to try it out and see what works. Not scared. All right, let's see here. You can do that, and it's possible to do that, but be very careful because the year of your mobile home, the make of your mobile home, what type of electrical system it has, what type of roof it has, the way it's secured down, all those factors matter. And you should always know your market, but all those factors matter. You know, you have to be paying attention to those factors because that's what's going to matter if you're going to make money. Those factors matter. So Brandon says, is it too risky? Have you ever done anything with mobile homes or mobile home parks? So I haven't done anything with mobile homes, but the guy that works for me, my handyman, does. He used to buy mobile homes, fix them and sell them. But the profit he would make is he'd spend like all of his weekends to do it for a year and maybe make $15,000 on the profit. And in my opinion, it's not really worth it, right? Like actually you should own it, get a loan on it, rent it out, and keep the profit and just continue collecting the rent. I mean, I have found very little deals worth flipping. Unless it's a crazy amount of money and you need the money, then I'd flip, but otherwise I don't flip. It just doesn't, I haven't found a lot of deals worth doing that on. So Raquel Rose, how much will your July event be about? So I'm thinking it's going to be $2,000. That includes the hotel room, which is staying at my Airbnb, the property you see on the videos, and everything, right? But then you buy your own food, and then we have class together. If, say, it's a husband and wife or two friends coming together and they're going to share a room together, then it would be just another $1,000 for the other person. So $3,000 for a week. We'd probably get together each day for about 6 hours, after breakfast, get together, and then you would have lunch, then we'd get together again. And then the night you just go hang out downtown, go to the restaurants, go to Clearwater Beach, go to Tampa, go to St. Pete. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do around here. You're probably gonna make a lot of good friends at the event, networking. And we should have the pool done by then. That's gonna be nice. And then, you guys probably can carpool together. And I'll probably hang out with you guys too at nights and just do stuff for fun. And just like, relax and learn from each other. I'm actually going on a 10-day event, and it is, for me, it's going to be this event is going to cost me $18,000. $18,000 for 10 days. But it's not just about the event and learning. It's about networking with other people, building connections and making relationships. So, it's crazy. So anyone who's interested in going, please let me know, because if I get people to say they want to go, then I'll make it. If people don't, it's no skin off my head. It's no hair off my head. Whatever the saying is. Revner says, what market are you in? Tampa, Florida. What dates in July, events and pricing? The dates aren't set yet. I'm open right now. So kind of communicate with me and let me know what dates are you guys interested in, and then we can work it out. Cool. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe like the last week of July. Let me pull up the calendar. I'm thinking like July 26th to the 31st, we would have class for like from the 27th to the 31st. So you would have the 26th to come in, stay in the room, and then you have until August 1st to check out. So after class, you can go and do whatever you want, and then have that Saturday to check out, get back home. So it's about 1 week, have a class for about 5 days, and just have like little mixers in between, I like the state of Florida. I like the state of Texas. I like the state of Arizona because they have the best and the friendliest laws for the landlord. That is what I like, because if I'm owning something, I want someone to support the fact that I own it. I don't want you to stay, right? I want people that are going to be happy staying at my place. I give a very nice place. I treat people very good, and I need you to respect that. If you can't respect that, I don't want to do business with you, right? It's a relationship. My uncle told me he was in the rental business for a long time before he lost everything. He made 3 major mistakes and he lost everything. He had many multi-units. He had a thing about 18 units total. But he said, everybody that rents from you is like family. So if you don't want to deal with their problems, don't rent to them. And that's true. They become like a family member. They think that you're responsible for fixing the problems of their life. And the thing is, I'm more than happy to help. But my responsibility is to give you a nice place to live. That's it. Right? Beyond that, I cannot handle with anything personal. Right? So John says, where can I sign up for the live event? Email me or DM me and let me know on IG and let me know if you're down and I will set something up. Alex Jr. says, Deal Machine's really good app. I love it. So on Deal Machine, tell me, like, DM me, let me know what you think of it. Maybe we'll set up a live event and we'll talk about Deal Machine and how it functions. We'll let you come on, Alex, as a speaker, and you can tell us how it functions, how many deals you've got, what you've done with it. Because all of us want to learn from each other, right? If you're using that app and it's working, I had Deal Machine downloaded, but I didn't really see much of a result. And it seems very tedious and time intensive to set all those properties in there. So, let me know. Steve says, it's so interesting. I never knew you can do a 3.5% down. I have been calculating all the deals I see on Zillow with 25% down. As a high school student, 3.5% down is great. Brother, 3.5% down is, you can get a multi-unit deal, go for it, okay? Don't go fancy and buy some crazy ass house. Some of the people I know went and bought a house for like $250,000. Don't buy a house for $250,000 when you can buy a duplex for $250,000. Live on one side, be conservative, rent out the other side. Go for a fourplex. Go for a $500,000 property. As long as it cash flows, you have my permission. Cash flows well after mortgage, taxes, insurance, making some rent yourself. Saying connection's not stable. Let me know if you have any issues. We have about another 7 minutes before I end it tonight. We went an hour and a half tonight. Lots of great questions, guys. Doggo says, I want to go. Great idea. Doggo, come. Bring a family member. The two of you, $3,000 for a week. I mean, spent the hotel stay on one of these hotels is like almost $300 a night. You would pay $2,100 just for one hotel room. For $3,000, 2 people can spend a night in one of my units, fully remodeled. I think it's a way better deal. Meet good people, change the way you think, grow. It's awesome. George, for that. So if you're bringing in $4,000 a month, $800 should go in a bank account every single month, right? This is to cover water heaters, roofs. You have no problems. No problem. If anything does come up, you have $10,000 to do a full remodel. Don't just fix a couple things in the bathroom. Fully remodel the bathroom. Make it look amazing. And that's going to increase your rent. It's going to help out a lot. All right. George says, how much money do you... Okay, answer that. Raquel says, I'm interested. However, I'm doing some missionary trips at the end of July. So hopefully it will not interfere. So Raquel and anybody else, whoever's really interested, send me some date options. Send me some date options that you want to come in July. Maybe it's not the last week. Maybe it's the second last week. And we'll work it out. Just let me know. And thanks for all the likes, guys. I really appreciate the love. Ranver M says, what are your uncle's 3 big mistakes? Good question. My uncle's 3 big mistakes was 1, he stopped working. He used to work somewhere and he stopped working for 3 years. He did not work, right? He had 18 units, which is good, but he also was spending money on a commercial property, a large amount of money. And his second mistake was he wasn't paying contractors to finish the work. He was trying to do the work himself, which took him 3 years to do something that should have only taken 6 months. And then problem 3, he would get super high interest rate loans and loaned out all of his properties 100%. And he loaned them out so much, the loan got so high that the mortgage, taxes, insurance, and association dues for the properties, because all of them he owned were condos, was actually more money that he brought in a rent. You're negative. So that's why a lot of times I don't buy condos, because after mortgage, taxes, and insurance, and then you throw in association dues, you're actually not bringing in enough money to cash flow properly. It becomes very difficult. So that is what I would do. That's what I would avoid doing. So if you're going to pay, I would just say work somewhere else and let someone else do the remodel. Get it done fast at all. It's horrible. Peter says, thanks, Baskal. This is awesome. Do post recordings of these live events on your YouTube page? Yes, Peter. On my YouTube page has all the posts of my YouTube live events. You can actually go on there and check out all the old ones and a lot of great data, a lot of great info. Raquel says, thanks, BK. I'll DM you once on Instagram once I get the dates confirmed. Hugo says, do you have contractors in your team? Yes, thank you, Raquel. I appreciate it. And yes, Hugo, I have some contractors on my team. They're not GCs, but they are like AC techs and electricians and plumbers and drywall people and framers. So I got a lot of these people that can call out and get stuff done. And I have them do it fast. Like some people will be like, oh, why are you rushing? Every month it doesn't go done. It's another month I lost on rent. It's going, that fruit's going bad, guys. Can't let the fruit go bad. So you got to move in quick. Get it done, get it done, get it done. Some people are like, oh, why aren't you remodeling these properties and putting them on Airbnb, your other properties that you could put them on Airbnb? Because I'm currently bringing in rent. And I don't want to go and start half a project and not being able to finish. You got to get in there and make sure it gets done. So when you go in, you make sure you get it done. You don't half-ass it. Because every month you're losing, I don't want to have 8 units empty and not get rent from anything. Nah, let me just only do 2 units at a time. Let me only do 4 units at a time and get them done quickly, turn them around fast so I can rent them out. Great question. All right. Hunter says, as a beginner, and this is my last question for tonight, guys. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the likes. As a beginner investor, would you recommend starting with a single family home or jumping straight into multi-units? As a beginner investor, I would say it is safer for you to buy a 4-unit property. You will live in one side and rent out the other 3 because the money you pay into it is going to help cover the mortgage, tax, and insurance. And you only need usually one other tenant to cover all your mortgage, taxes, and insurance. So the other 2 tenants should be all profit. And if you're in an expensive market, you would need 3 tenants, you plus 2 other tenants, to pay the mortgage, taxes, and insurance. The 3rd tenant is all, and you'll be able to continue grow. Then you fix up the property, keep on fixing it up, paint the whole building. And remember, you're paying for 1 roof for 4 units. It's a lot cheaper than paying for 4 roofs. Think about that. You're distributing the cost. So, thanks, guys. Tell your friends to follow on YouTube. Tell your friends to follow on IG. Please like, comment, subscribe on the stuff. Help me out to boost me up, because obviously the more stuff you like and comment on my videos, please watch all the prior videos. Please like and comment all those videos, specifically commenting, because that helps the most, and liking. So I appreciate all the love. God bless you guys. I want to see you guys be successful as well. Send me DMs on IG about who wants to come to the event and what day works out for you guys. And we can go from there. Thank you guys. God bless. Good night.